Hello and thank you for joining me again on Run Level 0. Today's video is brought to you by special request. A few of my viewers have asked me to cover how to theme their new OpenBox installation. Now for continuity, I am still using the brand new ArchBang Linux installation that we've been working on in the last couple of videos, but this video will really apply to pretty much any new OpenBox installation. So our goals today, we are actually going to cover how to set up your wallpaper, how to manage your desktop OpenBox themes, as well as icon sets, how to install new ones, how to configure new ones. So let's go ahead and get started. Now this by no means is the only way to do it. This is how I do it, and it seems to work out pretty well for me. So we're going to start with the wallpaper. The first thing we're going to do is open up a terminal. Now if you followed along with the last video, you have probably already installed Nitrogen, but if you have not installed it yet, Nitrogen is the application we're going to use to manage our wallpaper. So we're going to issue sudo pacman -S Nitrogen. Now I'm not going to do it because I've already installed it, but you hit enter here, it's going to prompt you for your sudo password, and then it will install Nitrogen for you. So now that that's done, we're going to add Nitrogen to our context menu so we can get to it pretty easily and change it on demand. In order to do that, we're going to Preferences, OpenBox Settings, and we're going to edit the schema file. This is going to pull open your pipe menu schema file in medit. You just need to decide these items here at the top are what's at the top of your menu. If I pull that open, you can see. So we have our file manager, which equates here, terminal, editor, web browser, run command, and so forth. So you need to just decide where in this list that you want it. For me, I'm just going to add it right to the end. The easiest way to do that, folks, is just to copy, hit enter, paste, and just edit as needed. So the command you're going to run is simply Nitrogen. The label, what do you want to call it? Nitrogen, you can even put change wallpaper if you want to there. And the icon is simply, you guessed it, Nitrogen. Now we're going to save this, close it, and exit. And there you go. You have now added Nitrogen to your menu. Now Nitrogen needs to know where to look for your wallpaper. So let's go out there and grab one right quick. I'm just going to open up a web browser. And for me, if you're the only user on this system, the easiest place to store your wallpaper is simply going to be in your Pictures folder, or you can make a new Wallpapers folder. In fact, let's do that. Let's open up our file manager. We're going to go up to our home folder, and we're going to do a new folder, and I'm simply going to call it Wallpaper. So there's our wallpaper folder. Now we can get rid of that, and let's search Google for just wallpaper. You look for whatever you want to look for. Let's go to images, and I'm just going to take the first one I find because this is just a demo video. I do kind of like that one. Let's do view image. Right click it, save it as, and I'm just going to put it in that wallpaper folder just to make things easy. There we go. Now let's go back to Nitrogen. Go to Preferences, and we're going to add. I'm going to take it to that wallpaper folder and select. Now you're actually selecting a folder. So now anytime you download a wallpaper and stick it in this folder, it will automatically show up in your Nitrogen list, and you can add as many folders in here as you want. So click OK, and there's our wallpaper. So select it and click Apply, And there you go. We now have our new wallpaper. We're not quite done with that yet though, because if we log out and log back in right now, our old wallpaper will be applied. We need to get rid of that. So we're going to open up our file manager. Make sure you have hidden files shown. If it's not, just simply click Control H and it will show it for you. And you're going into the .config file, OpenBox, and you want to pull open the auto start file. This is a list of the programs that run every time you log in. This hset_root is what's setting your default wallpaper right now. So you want to comment that out. Just add in a £, comments that out, and we're going to go down here and add a new line. Nitrogen space dash restore space ampersand, and save it. Now this is going to launch Nitrogen and tell it to restore the last set wallpaper every time you log in. So now your wallpaper is persistent. Okay, so we can exit that. So the wallpaper is handled, and that's just that easy. So what about theming an OpenBox? There are a couple of applications you need to use for that. So we're going to right click to open our menu, go to Applications, Settings, Customize Look and Feel. Okay, we're going to pull that to the side for a moment. We're going to open the menu again, go to Applications, Settings, and OpenBox Configuration Manager. This is where we're going to start. The Theme tab in the OpenBox Configuration Manager is going to set your desktop theme. Now this theme is going to control the colors for your window borders as well as your menu. And if you look now, you can see that there are probably several already installed. The other manager we're going to look at is Customize Look and Feel. From this interface, you'll be able to control the widgets. Now the widgets are the controls that appear inside the window. Remember, the OpenBox Configuration Manager theme controls the window border. This one is going to control the widgets inside. If you go to the Color tab, you can do some more customizations on the system colors directly. Icon theme obviously sets your system icons. Mouse cursor sets the cursors. But you can also control the font and a couple GUI options. So where do we get, we're going to start with these desktop themes, these OpenBox themes. Where do we get those? Let's close this and launch a web browser. My preferred place to look for this is a website called boxlook.org. So we're going to search for box-look and go to boxlook.org. This is a great resource for finding themes and icon sets and wallpapers relating to your various box window managers, so Fluxbox, Blackbox, and OpenBox, among others. So we're going to OpenBox themes, and let's find one that we want to work with. We'll take a look at highest rated. How about most downloaded? We'll just pick one, black and white. That looks good. Click on it and click on download. Now when the download opens, sometimes you'll be given the option here to open with, and instead of browse it'll say the OpenBox Configuration Manager. If you're presented with that option, go ahead and launch it. That'll make installing it much easier, as the OpenBox Configuration Manager will go ahead and install it for you. The majority of the time though, you're going to be prompted to download a tarball. So go ahead and save it. Click OK. We can close this. Now, if you look in your file manager, and if you have your default, I have to get back out to my location here. Sorry about that. If you look in your default downloads folder, you'll most likely see There's the one that I just downloaded. You can see I've downloaded a few other things here. So we're going to open up a terminal. Oops. And we're going to CD to the downloads folder. Go ahead and list that out. And we're going to extract that. So tar, if I can type it, dash, I'm having difficulty, dash XF space, and we're going to pass it the file name, 68805. So 68 should be sufficient. Tab, enter, and black white has now been extracted. Now where you need to put this for it to show up, there are a couple of locations. One, you can drop it, be sure you have your hidden files or your hidden folders showing. Control H again if they're not. In your home folder under themes, you can drop it there. Or if you want to make it available to all users, if there's multiple users on your system, as root, you would have to go to User, Share, and then it's in, I believe it's it's User Share Themes. Sorry. This is the location you have to put it. So either one would work. Since I'm the only user here, I'm going back to my home directory, downloads. I'm going to cut, go to my period themes folder, paste, so now my black white folder is here. Now when I go into Applications, Settings, OpenBox Configuration Manager, black white should appear. There it is. So now we've installed the black and white theme. A few steps, not really difficult. Okay, put it back on blue smoke. I kind of like that. What about icon themes? Icon themes are a little bit different matter. You can go to boxlook.org and download some icon themes, but I found that to be a fairly tedious process. It's really hit and miss at best. My preferred method for installing both icon sets and cursors themes is through the terminal. Now, if you followed along in the last video, you would probably have Yowert installed. So, through Yowert, which is our way of searching both the AUR and the Arch Linux repositories at the same time, we're just going to issue the command Yowert icon-theme. Enter. And this is going to search and return a list of icon themes, and that it's found in both the AUR and some of the actual Arch repositories. So you can find a few that you like. Let's take a peek here and see one that we maybe want to try to install. Let's take a look at this Migo icon theme. So let's try to issue 75. Enter. It's going to download it from the AUR. Do you want to edit the package build? We'll say no. Edit Migo icon theme install? No. Continue with the build? Yes. It's asking for our sudo password, so we'll give it that. Which I promptly entered the wrong one. Sorry about that. Downloaded. Proceed with installation. We'll say yes. And it's going to download and install. So this should just take a moment. So continuing, it's resolved dependencies. Continue installing, yes. Proceed with installation, yes. And there we go. That one was a little bit longer than usual. This one had a few dependencies. But as you can look through, you can see there are a lot of icon themes to choose from. And to me, this is just a more dependable way of doing that. Also, if you would like, we can go ahead and take a look at some cursor themes. Again, we're going to look at Yowert, and we're going to look at Xcursor. And this is going to pull up some Xcursor themes for you. And the same way, let's take a look and see what we want to install here. Glasslight cursor collection of 4. Let's take a look at this one. Let's do 70. Enter. Again, it's going to download it. Edit the package build, no. Continue building, yes. It's going to download it, build it. Continue with installation, yes, yes, and it's done. So now we have installed some icon themes as well as a cursor set. So let's exit out of this. Right click, go back to Applications, Settings, Customize Look and Feel. Now when we go to look at the icon theme, we can see our Simply Gray right down here that we just installed. So we'll apply that, and our mouse cursor, you can see it's actually installed a few cursors for us. It's kind of cool. So we'll apply that. So again, OpenBox is not the desktop environment for the new user. But once you get the hang of Linux, you see our new icon set and themes, cursors are all applied. You can really do some customizations to this. A more advanced user distribution like Arch, it really opens up a lot of options for you. Again, it's not for the beginning user, but if you are a more intermediate user, a more advanced user, if you really want to get in and truly customize your system, if you want to know how things function in the back end, you really can't go wrong with ArchBang. ArchBang takes a lot of that, or takes all of that base work of doing the base install for you, creates a functioning, beautiful OpenBox desktop environment. But you can do this same type of customization through something like Manjaro Linux, CrunchBang, or even if you wanted to do an Ubuntu basic installation and build your own OpenBox environment. You can. The sky's the limit with Linux. It's one of the things that I like so much about it. Well, give theming OpenBox a try, whether you're using Arch or Ubuntu or anything in between. Just don't get discouraged. I would highly recommend, if this is your first time, that you do this in a virtual. Go ahead and take a snapshot of the virtual. Play until your heart's content. If you break something, just roll back the snapshot. Hey, it's Linux. Don't be afraid to experiment. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope to be with you soon for another video.